dude, at the end of the day, you can't manufacture people that actually care. We had a company-wide meeting yesterday and we throw them quarterly. And they're like kind of like mini Tony Robbins sessions, like a lot of rah-rah going on and like, getting people pumped up and it's an opportunity for us to get aligned every few months. And I'm always surprised at how much the team values those meetings. And before this call, someone said to me like, Steve, because it was our 9-year anniversary party kind of coupled in with the company wide, you can't fake enthusiasm, man. So, that's what it is, man, right? Like when people come in for an interview, they see that the manager's fucking psyched. They see that I'm excited. Like they see that we're not just like here pushing papers, trying to just, run the call, right? Again, going back to the technology that we're weaving into what we're doing, man. We're really excited, man, to be in business, to be serving clients, to be serving our community, to be building a badass team. Like it pumps us up, man.
This episode is brought to you by 10X Nerds. If you're a business owner doing real revenue, there's a good chance you're overpaying in areas you haven't even looked at. Things like credit card processing, insurance, telecom, and more. 10X Nerds comes in, audits your expenses across 30 plus categories, and finds immediate savings. And here's the kicker. They only get paid if they save you money. It's a complete no-brainer. If you want to keep more of what you make, go check them out at 10xnerds.com. This episode is brought to you by my friend Silas Lagoy over at ForgeMark Wealth. If you're a high-income business owner or professional and feel like you're getting crushed by taxes, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not stuck. ForgeMark Wealth specializes in advanced legal tax strategies and wealth planning designed to help you keep more of what you make, grow it efficiently, and actually build long-term freedom, not just income. If you're making serious money but don't have a real strategy behind it yet, I highly recommend connecting with Silas and his team.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Builder's Bible. I'm joined by Steve Akian, who is the founder of Akian Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric outside of Boston, Massachusetts. So I'm excited to pick his brain here today. Just quickly noticing that you're doing 3 different trades inside of your business. Which one did you start with out of curiosity?
Plumbing. So I'm a plumber by trade, have been for 18 years now.
Awesome. Well, tell us how you got started with the business. Tell us how you got to where we are today.
Yeah, sure. So 19 years old, fresh out of high school, not really doing much with my life. I approached my neighbor across the street who was a plumber. He also had an oil company out here. And I was like, hey, Joe, not really doing much with my life. Could you give me some pointers? What do you think is a good career path for a young guy like me to get into? And he was tinkering with his motorcycle. He had a cigar in his mouth. I'll like never forget it. He took it out. He's like, why don't you try plumbing, kid? And I was like, all right, plumbing. Let me, I like working with my hands and I wasn't much of an academic. So I went on Craigslist actually and posted, looking for a job. I was like 19-year-old, like strong, fast learner, looking for a job in the plumbing industry, and someone called me.
And so you just took your first job, and then did you hang your own shingle, or did you go work for somebody else, or how did that work?
Yeah. So apprenticeship here in Massachusetts, you got to be an apprentice for about 5 years. And before getting your license. And so I kicked around with a few companies before starting my own. And that was 9 years ago. We just had our 9-year anniversary on Friday, April 10th.
That's awesome. Congrats, man. Congrats. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Where are you guys at now in terms of overall sales revenue or, size or scope of the company?
Yeah, sure. So we hit 12 million in 2025. We're pacing 13.5 for 2026.
That's awesome. And what, is it primarily plumbing that is pulling the proverbial kind of train, or have they all evened out?
Yeah. So we started off with plumbing. We bolted on HVAC about 1.5 years in. And then a few years ago, we started with electrical too. So now we got generators, heat pumps, mini splits, air conditioners, furnaces, boilers, and plumbing services. So yeah, I mean, we're pretty much covering all the mechanicals in the home, which has really been a great value add for our clients.
And any commercial, or is it all residential?
All residential service. So like no new construction. Well, we work directly for the homeowner.
And What is going really well right now in your business, Steve? And what are some challenges you guys are facing?
So something that's going very well right now is I partnered up. So I started a software company about 10 months ago. And it was the seed of that company was an idea that I had during an offsite a couple years ago with my management team. And so my CPA was mentioned to me, hey, we might be able to look into some R&D tax credits if you're interested in maybe taking advantage of exploring this app idea that you have. And so he introduced me to some people that were in his network. I met someone who had a impressive history in the AI space, has been in the AI space for a few decades as a user experience expert. And yeah, we partnered up 10 months ago. And so how's that relevant to your question? We've been really working on some cool stuff and using my home service company to beta test and learn some things. And so that's been going really, really well.
That's awesome. I love that. What are some challenges you guys feel like you're facing right now?
Challenges I'd say we're facing right now is we're busy, man. It's a good problem to have. We're really busy even right now in the shoulder season. Our biggest customer complaint issue right now, and I'm not proud of this, but it's having to reschedule appointments because we're kind of getting overbooked where jobs are running into it. So growth problems. So we're working on hiring right now, and yeah, so that I would say is a current challenge. But it's a challenge that we run into every few years, right? Or really every year. It's like we're growing, we're rescheduling calls because we're too busy. So problems that I guess I'd rather have these problems, than others.
Where's most of your business coming from, Steve? Is it mostly referrals? Is it are you doing some sort of pay per click? Where's the
Yeah.
majority of the lead flow coming from?
Yeah, that's a good question. So it's a mix. Um, Google still has its share there. We do good fair bit with referral, um, existing customers, so making sure that we're tapping into our existing client base, providing them with value and providing them with that service that makes them tell their friends and family about us or come back for another service, right? So we go there for plumbing, make sure we cross brand. Hey, use this for plumbing. Did you have a good experience? Yes, great. Here's a offer on electrical or HVAC. So I don't think we're doing anything different there than anybody else's really.
Yeah. What are the main I'm always curious, like what's the main reason you're in people's houses? Is it a water heater? Is it their AC's broken down? Like what's the number one thing that people are calling you for?
Well, I mean, it's all of those things, right? We do plumbing, heating, cooling, electric. So it could be a dripping faucet. It could be a leaking water heater. It could be that they know their air conditioner is old and it didn't perform too well last summer. So they're exploring options for a new one. Um, Electrical outlet not working, right? So a whole series of things.
This episode is brought to you by Corberry Digital. If you own an HVAC, plumbing, electrical, roofing, or home service business and you're tired of wondering where your next lead is coming from, you need to check out Corberry Digital. Corberry specializes exclusively in helping home service companies dominate their local markets through SEO, Google Ads, local service ads, websites, content marketing, and lead generation systems that actually produce a measurable ROI. Their team doesn't just focus on clicks and impressions, they help contractors lower customer acquisition costs, increase qualified leads, and build a marketing engine that scales. What I like about Corberry is they understand the blue collar space. They aren't trying to be everything to everyone. Their entire focus is helping trades businesses win in their backyard and generate more profitable jobs. If you're looking to grow your business, improve your online visibility, and build a marketing system that works, visit coreberry.com and schedule a strategy session with their team. That's coreberry.com. Tell them you heard about them on the podcast. What's up, everybody? This podcast is sponsored by Grimes Financial Advisors. You've spent time and energy building a successful business, but here's the question. Do you have a real retirement plan or just a pile of investments? Our friends at Grimes Financial Advisors specialize in helping business owners and families create a clear roadmap for retirement through their proprietary retirement blueprint. Instead of focusing only on investments, they look at the entire picture: income planning, taxes, long-term care, legacy planning, and making sure your money is actually working for the life you want to live. I've gotten to know Dustin personally. One of the things that I respect most about him is he believes every financial decision should fit into a bigger plan. You shouldn't just chase returns. So whether you're 5 years from retirement or simply want a second opinion on your financial strategy, I highly recommend reaching out to Dustin and his team. Visit Grimes Financial Advisors to schedule your consultation and start building your own retirement blueprint. This podcast is sponsored by Action Coaching. If you're a home service business owner, ask yourself this: are you constantly chasing new leads or just keeping the business growing? Ben Jordan built a $100 million plumbing and HVAC company. Inside the Action Group, he teaches contractors how to create recurring revenue, strengthen leadership, improve sales, and build systems that reduce the owner's day-to-day involvement. Members get weekly coaching, practical templates, proven scripts, and strategies designed specifically for home service businesses. If you want to get out of the truck, build something that runs without you and creates real wealth, check out the Action Group on School and book your free consulting call.
I know one of the challenges for blue collar guys is hiring and maintaining skilled labor. Where have you tend to found your best contractors, and what have you done to keep them around?
Yeah. So, I mean, in regards to team members, I would say culture is really important there. I guess I'll just insert blanket statement here. I mean, it's like everybody says that culture. I mean, we find people on Indeed. We get a lot of people that refer others. Yeah. I mean, again, nothing's really coming to mind that's really like, standing out. I think a lot of, I think we do a good job at having just a team that actually cares. I had someone that came in for an interview yesterday, and I was overhearing some of the conversations going on between him and the service manager. And he was just, when he was at, why are you looking? You're employed currently. How are things? He saw the culture we had going on in the office, and he was comparing it to the culture he had at the existing company he was at. And dude, at the end of the day, you can't manufacture people that actually care. We had a company-wide meeting yesterday, and we throw them quarterly, and they're like kind of like mini Tony Robbins sessions, like a lot of rah-rah going on, and like, getting people pumped up and it's an opportunity for us to get aligned every few months. And I'm always surprised at how much the team values those meetings. And before this call, someone said to me, like, Steve, because it was our 9-year anniversary party kind of coupled in with the company wide, you can't fake enthusiasm, man. Right. So, that's what it is, man. Right. Like when people come in for an interview, they see that the manager's fucking psyched. They see that I'm excited. Right. Like they see that we're not just like here pushing papers, trying to just, run the call. Right. Again, going back to the technology that we're weaving into what we're doing, man. We're really excited, man, to be in business, to be serving clients, to be serving our community, to be building a badass team. Like it pumps us up, man. Right. So, if I'm gonna tell you what it is, dude, that's what it is, right? You get someone on Indeed, you post things on social media, but at the end of the day, it like comes down to having a team that just sells the vision, man.
Yeah. I always like to ask founders about buying back their time. That's a big thing that I believe in is being efficient with your time, doing the things that only you're good at. I've seen a move in the blue collar space of founders actually starting to use overseas staffing and AI, to do that. What are some What are some things you're doing to buy back your time?
Shit. Fortunately, I've always been a good delegator. I think that's allowed me to scale the company. And I'm seeing that now with my other business, where I'm not from that space, and I understand that and I respect that. And I'm able to just kind of delegate and move. So yeah, we use overseas staffing. That's great. For answering phones, for doing administrative work, pulling permits. And then in regards to AI, I can't say much, but we're doing some really wild shit there. With my partner and I are doing some really pretty cool things. I can't really talk about right now, but yeah, it's really cool what we were able to do with today's technology.
Steve, what's a big mistake that you've made over the course of business that taught you something important? Could have been a mistake you made on pricing, a hire.
I would say like holding on for people for too long, right? Like you hold on for people for too long, and then maybe you're concerned about letting them go because you're concerned about like filling that position, right? Like that's definitely something that's real that has occurred again and again. And so, now it's just like kind of trusting my instinct a bit more, where it's like, hey man, if like you feel like someone's not really working out, definitely still do that diligence to make sure you're honoring that person before you're just like cutting them.
Yeah.
But moving to that decision a little more quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's something that we haven't talked about today that gets you fired up?
Seeing people move through the company. I think it's really cool. Like our operations manager started in the call center, 5-6 years ago. My finance controller, he pivoted. So he came from a financial background. He worked at a bank, but he came in as dispatcher in the company, and now he's finance controller on his way to CFO. That's really cool. We have countless of people who started as helpers that are running their trucks now and really making good money as leads, plumbers, HVAC technicians. So like getting to like watch people grow and like move through their lives has been really, really cool. I would say that, and just knowing that, the company is playing a small part in their lives.
Yeah, I love that. What's next for you guys? Where do you want to be in 3 and 5 years?
3 and 5 years. So, where we're at right now, we're really focusing more on quality than quantity in regards to like quality of work, making sure that we're continuing to serve our community in the right ways. So we're not so much growth focused as we are on it as efficiency focused, focused on taking care of our team members. So 30 million, in the next few years, and again, really focusing on leveraging technology to get there.
I love that. Well, if people wanted to learn more about who you are and what you do, where can they go?
They can find me on Instagram, social media, just like, anybody else. I don't know. Am I supposed to insert my,
No, it's up to you. I mean, sometimes people have like a charity they care about. They have a page. Some guys just give their website. You can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. I mean, if you Google search Akian Plumbing, shit will come up. You know what I mean? You can find me there if you really care.
I love that. Well, cool, man. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Don't go anywhere because I want to keep talking, but thanks for coming on the show.
You got it, man. Thanks, Andrew.